Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's Proverbs with Paul in the afternoon. Chapter 1, verse 27. Solomon reads these words. When dread comes upon you like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call. This sense of being informed with information that will bring about the very best for each one of us, and yet to choose to neglect it. Solomon's saying that wisdom will not only mock you, but it will stand there and point, as it were, out to you the very choices that you have made as it relates to the wrongdoing that's now been done, because you chose to ignore the wisdom that it presented itself to you. And the question is, why would someone who knows what is right and choose to go on a journey that would obviously be wrong? And here, even in this place today, we've been reading little signs where people who are looking back in history, and they're addressing history with the eyes of today, looking back at a past and asking the question, we shouldn't think of history in the same way that we once did. But how foolish is that? How can we undo history by thinking differently about history now? It seems so wrong. And this sense that foolishness and mocking and being laughed at by the very truth that's being seen in a moment in time is a strange thing. And yet people are so willing to believe what is foolishness, so willing to go on journeys that would lead them into a most harmful way. What makes someone make a godly choice or a hostile choice? What makes someone choose to do what is good and what is right? And yet that's what people are doing all the time, making choices to neglect the pathway that would lead to a better way in order to trip over the rocks and the stones that are on this pathway. Solomon is saying that there is a sense in which the injustice and the wrongdoing of making that choice will become to you like a mocking song to your life. And everyone will see it and they will say, look how foolish you have been in making that choice to do that thing. I wonder how many of us have made choices that we would rather have not made, and how we would love to undo those choices and yet choose not to think differently about them now. Can't be possible. So learning to make choices that are right when we see the right in those choices at the beginning is far wiser than looking back and feeling rubbish about that choice because we knew we shouldn't have made it. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow.